Says, what happens next? The result, investors are running scared and shares are down across the board.
Theo Leggett reporting on that story. Well, we can speak now to Patrick Reed, foreign exchange trader and co-founder of the consultancy Adamas Principal. I don't know how much of my colleague Theo's report you were able to hear there, Patrick, but, you know, this idea that there could be this domino effect, contagion in the banking sector further afield. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, absolutely right. It was a great report. And the jitters around Credit Suisse are very real, not because it comes as a shock, as your colleague suggested. Everyone knows they've had very bad practices and a scandal from pillar to post. That's not the real problem. But the nail in the coffin, so to speak, today was the withdrawal of support from the Saudi National Bank. This coupled with a sucking out of liquidity off the back of the smaller banks like the Silicon Valley fiasco makes this tide go out further. Now, Warren Buffett is cited saying, when the tide goes out, you better be wearing shorts. Now, that's absolutely the case with Credit Suisse. The problem really with Credit Suisse is somebody's got to step in and offer support. Now, I've read that report from the Swiss National Bank. We haven't had a response yet, so that will be crucial, and I suspect that will be coming tomorrow.
Yeah, in the days ahead for sure. But, you know, I've got to ask, and I'm sure a lot of viewers out there are wondering too, these bankers and CEOs, they're meant to be amongst the best and brightest in the world, aren't they? Patrick, how come they didn't see this coming down the line?
One person cannot control such a complex and very, very complicated risk profile. And often what you get is a culture, and if that is not right, and you make one or two bad calls, and then you get investigated, and then there's a scandal, it's very difficult to get good talent. Now, you're only as good as your staff, and you may be the brightest on Wall Street, so to speak, but that doesn't really count for much, because you need a good team around you. Now, I've worked with teams in lots of banks and hedge funds, but I'm only as good as the team around me. And if you're putting in these systems and they're not doing it, they're not performing, it's a big problem.
Patrick Reed there, foreign exchange trader and co-founder of the consultancy Adamas Principal. Thanks so much for joining us on the programme.
Thank you.